Okay, so our objective is to create a program that's going to be able to control this Boebot with our keyboard. So the first thing you want to do is open up the Boebot world. So you can go to Open Sample World. You can go to Robots, scroll down to Parallax, and then select Boebot. Click OK. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a controller. So let's go to Wizards, New Robot Controller. Let's click OK. And we're going to make a copy of this, and it'll generate a folder for you to store in. So it'll create a target directory. Let's go ahead and do C++. Okay, so go ahead and name it whatever you want. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the library for the keyboard. So and we're going to add some of the lines of code that we had in our previous code. So in one of our previous programs, so we had a max speed and we also had a time step. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. So our time step is going to be 64. So let's create a keyboard variable called KB, and let's go ahead and create a motor, our left motor and our right motor. So the motor name is actually given in the original controller. So if you look at the code for the original controller, you have left wheel motor. So go ahead and copy this left wheel motor. That's going to be the name for your left wheel. And right wheel motor is the name for your right wheel. Alright, so we have our motors. Looks like we have our keyboard. So now we just need to enable our keyboard. Let's get rid of this, we don't need it. The time step, the defined time step. Let's go ahead and print out the keyboard. So every time we hit the key on our keyboard, and I'm getting this from the previous tutorial that I created, so I'm really just kind of copying what I already had. So let me just see if this runs real quick. and see what kind of errors pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then I'm going to build it. Alright, so I spelled Webots wrong, so let me go ahead and change that. Left motor, right motor. It just says it's currently not being used. Alright, so let's go to the Boebot, and under controller, let's go ahead and select the current controller that we're using, which is this one right here. And I'm going to go ahead and save, and I'm going to go ahead and run it. And so if I click in the world here, you could see when I click J, then the key 74 pops up, 75 when I hit K, and then 76 when I hit L, and 72 when I hit H. So I'm going to use HJKL to control my robot. So let's go ahead and create that. Alright, so I'm just going to copy and paste the code that I had in the previous tutorial. So H, J, K, and L is what I'm using. So here, this is J and K. So J and K are going forward. So let me go ahead and just incorporate H and L. Alright, so that should turn my robot left and right. So let me go ahead and save this. I'm going to build it. Alright, looks like I have an error here. That closes my else. Closes my else if. Else if. Oh, I have this twice. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I forgot to include the motor library as well. So let me include that motor library. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. Let me build this. Okay, so I have a negative where it shouldn't be. Let me fix that. Alright, there you go. So save, build, reset. Let's go ahead and save it. Make sure you save your world. And then now you can run it. If you click in the world itself, if you hit J, well, it doesn't look like it's working. Okay, so I never set the initial conditions for my motors. Let me see if that resolves the issue. So save. Okay, so J moves forward, K moves back, L turns, H turns. Okay, there you go. So now you can control your Boebot with your keys. Alright, so go ahead and make sure that you attach your code. So attach your controller and attach your world file.